Sacramento, you've probably seen them. Cats darting across parking lots, napping under porches, or quietly watching from a distance. They're called community cats. And they're not strays in the traditional sense. They're born outside, learn to survive on their own. Their populations can explode, leading to overcrowded shelters and endless kitten seasons. Today, the Sacramento SPCA joins us to explain how their free community cat program is making a real difference in how you can help, even from your own backyard. Let's welcome Dawn Foster and Jennifer Brent of the Sacramento SPCA. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you, Desiree.
Yes, so first, can you explain a little bit more what are community cats or free roaming cats, and what happens when they're not spayed or neutered?
Yeah, thanks, Desiree. Yeah, so community cats are cats that are either born in the wild or they have been abandoned at some point. Maybe someone moved away and they couldn't find their cat and the cat didn't go with them. And so they don't really have a specific home or a specific caretaker. What we often see is that most of these cats are cared for by local neighbors or colony caretakers for like larger colonies of community cats. They're fearful of people, so they're not good for the shelter environment. They're not easily adopted because they don't like to be approached by humans, but they are well cared for in the community themselves. If they are left unaltered and not receiving spay and neuter surgeries, they can multiply very, very quickly, which means there's a lot of unplanned litters and baby kittens out in the community, which is a really vulnerable spot for those baby kittens to be in. And then they often flood all our local shelters in the region, and you have thousands upon thousands of kittens needing a lot of resources and care.
Yeah, and the Sacramento SPCA is providing those resources and that care. Walk us through your community cat spay and neuter program. How does it work?
So we have basically two ways to take advantage of the community cat program at Sacramento SPCA. One is we have a program that works Monday through Saturday. There are 10 appointments per day, and people can book them at 6 p.m. the night before. Those appointments are really meant for a 1 or 2 cats, maybe one that you've been feeding, might be a cat that you're familiar with. Whereas our Sunday clinic, those we book on the 15th of the previous month, and that's really meant for community cat caretakers. So they might bring us 5 cats, 10 cats plus, and on Sunday we sterilize over 80 cats per day. So we are able to offer those surgeries free of cost to cats trapped in Sacramento County, thanks to some generous donors.
Yes, and I mean, you mentioned 80 cats per day, kind of on a regular norm. What other care do they receive during their visit in addition to being spayed or neutered?
Yeah, so at our Zoe K. McRae Animal Health Center, which is the Spay and Neuter Center and our medical center there at the Sacramento SPCA, we're able to alter nearly 7,000 community cats annually between the two programs that Jennifer just mentioned, the Monday through Saturday or the Sunday clinics. And when they're there for their surgery, we also take a look at extended care for them. So in addition to their surgery, they receive vaccinations, they receive flea and ear mite treatment. We also do an ear tip on them, and what that does is that is a visual indicator to the community members who might be looking to trap community cats. They can visually see before they trap a cat that cat has been altered. So that way they're not having to approach the cat, because remember, they're fearful, so we don't want to put them in a stressful state, and they can see that they are altered already. We also provide some other care. If there's other care that is needed at that time, we will call that community caretaker and get the authorization to do that.
And you mentioned spaying the cats and kitties, neutering them, vaccinations. Any pet owners like, I know that bill racks up, but this is free. So how is that possible?
We are so lucky to be able to make this program free of charge for cats trapped in Sacramento County, and at a generous discount for cats trapped outside of Sacramento County, thanks to some specific donors and of course members of the public. We have a really robust program that's making a huge impact here in Sacramento.
And if someone finds kittens or wants to help a community cat, how can they go about doing so?
Yeah, so the first thing you want to do is just observe,
Yeah.
right? Because oftentimes you may find a litter of kittens and you don't necessarily see a mama caretaking for them right there. She's usually often nearby or out hunting for some food. And so the best thing to do is to not touch them, not relocate them, and allow her to come back and care for those kittens, because that is their best chance for survival. Anytime we move them, it reduces the chances of their survival because they're best with their mom mamas and getting that nutrition. If they are in crisis or they're very sick and injured, that's when we would want to intervene, and you would reach out to your local shelter for support.
Yeah, well, we're thankful for all the work that you both do at the Sacramento SPCA, and thank you for joining us and telling us a little bit more that we can all learn.
Thank you.
Thank you, Desiree.
Yes. And to our viewers, for more information about their feral and community cat program, visit the Programs and Services section at sspca.org.